I don't know if this is. I think it's working.
I think so.
Okay. Hi, Gerald.
Hi, Gerald.
I am Zach McLean.
And I'm Amy Pittman.
And we wanted to say, not goodbye, but
just some nice things.
Nice things. And congratulations on retiring.
That's right.
Okay, good.
So we decided to talk about 5 things.
Oh no, it's backwards.
Oh no.
Well.
Does it work that way?
Oh, it does!
Oh.
Amazing.
So 5 things we love about...
Backwards.
Gerald. Okay.
So, while Amy's looking, Gerald, we wanted to be there. That we wanted to, say these things in front of you in person. But we're not. We're in Chicago, and we're here in our apartment. And we thought that what was kind of amazing about this was that there was this video that Amy and I made when we were in... I was in high school. You were in high school. And it was like a documentary-esque mockumentary about being a counselor at Camp White Park and like prepping to be a counselor for Camp White Park. And it was pretty funny. I think that we did a good job. And so, but that video is infamous now because it's gone. It's missing. It's lost.
We're pretty sure Gerald lost it, actually.
Yeah. So... awkward. And so we thought that it was appropriate then that we would send a video to you. So try not to lose this one. Or lose it.
Should we start with this?
Yeah.
The first thing that we love about Gerald, as many children and adult counselors do, is Camp White Park. And my best story about Camp White Park was when we were counselors. And there was a tradition of everybody going to Gerald and Glenda's cabin for ghost stories during the evening when the kids went to sleep. And this was always extremely terrifying for me because I was a huge scaredy cat and we were in the middle of the woods. And Gerald used to tell these awful stories about this woman at the camp named Leah Spratt. And this woman's eerie-looking portrait hung over the cafeteria line in the cafeteria. And
she was a cute lady.
She was terrifying. And he told these stories about how she died on the campgrounds and how she used to walk through the campgrounds at night, actually float in a white dress. And so he's telling these stories, and I am like shaking with fear. And then about 3 a.m. we head back to our cabins, and what do I see on the door? The portrait of Leah Spratt. And I don't think I slept for the rest of the week.
Yeah. I think that, I have other, general Camp White Park stories, but that one takes the cake.
Okay. Number 2. Trips.
So I think, all of us who have been involved in the youth group have always loved the trips. I've went on, I think, every single one, every summer. I sold poinsettias, like you wouldn't believe, to pay for those trips. And but I guess one for me sticks out in my mind. And I guess it sticks out because it was a trip of firsts for me. It was the first time I had a Krispy Kreme donut, which was in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
It's delicious. Trying not to have them anymore. It was the first time I had cheer wine, which was not wine but soda pop, and was like Dr. Pepper deliciousness. And then the other firsts I had were we stayed at like a motel on the way, And at the motel, we were like all packing up, getting ready, like obviously rushing around. And I took my like huge duffel bag because obviously I packed an unbelievable amount of clothing and things.
Obviously.
Yeah. And so I like had this huge bag, and I thought the best way to get it to the van was to just like push it over the edge. So I pushed it over the edge of the balcony onto the other floor, and it fell. And I just imagined that it would appear on the bus. Not that I would take it from the bus and put it there, but it would be on the bus, whatever. So, like 4-hour drive later, we go to this like resort area, and everyone's like tossing off the bags, and I'm just sitting there waiting for waiting for my bag to like fall off the truck, and it never did. And no one had taken it from that motel. So I had 4 days before the bag would appear at this resort, and so I remember Gerald was kind enough to take me to buy clothing, and it was the first time I bought clothing at Walmart, and we got me some shorts and some tank tops and socks and undies and everything. So that was a first. Also, that same trip, this was a big trip for me. I was the first time I did a mudslide, and at the end of the mudslide, I like dove down. Like I really wanted to attack this mudslide and get real messy. I dove down into the water, but at the bottom of the mudslide, there were like the occasional piece of gravel. So I like scraped and smashed my nose. I think I still actually have a scar. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
From this trip, and I think maybe an emergency room was involved or something. But that was the first time I maybe broke my nose. Actually, and last time too. I haven't broken it since.
Thank God.
Okay.
So the other thing we love about Gerald is that he has really great and inventive ideas for keeping teenagers occupied. And one of them was trading spaces. And some of you are probably too young to remember that show, but it's on TLC when people switched houses and had designers go in and design a room for the family that lived there. And so one year when we did it, Zach and I were the designers. And I went to Brooke Knatzer's house. And
I went to the Brooks house.
Yeah. And we each got a budget. We went to various...
How much was our budget?
$50?
Maybe.
We went to various stores in St. Joe, Walmart, Joann's, all the essentials, Hobby Lobby, and we created these rooms. And it was terrific, and it was fun, and it involved a lot of sewing and being creative.
There was a competition involved, too.
There was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Who won that? I think both
I
did. Typical you.
Typical me. Those were always fun with Gerald. The next thing, number 4, that we love about Gerald is Shannon.
So, Shannon is wonderful. We love you, Shannon. And I guess you could say it's Gerald's better half.
Ooh, ouch.
I don't know when you say that.
I remember Shannon very well because she was my very favorite camp counselor and probably the person who made the biggest impact on me at Camp Wyatt Park.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, Shannon, we love you too.
I definitely remember, like, my sister would talk about Shannon and how much fun they had. And one story she always said is they would drive up and down Ashland Avenue in her, like, Honda Civic and would lean out the window and, like, scream and yell. And I remember being, like, 6 and always being like, I can't wait to do that with Shannon. Which we probably did do, so, at some point. And I guess that's our last one.
That brings us to number 5. And we're going to get a little sentimental here.
I'm going to cry.
And we titled this one Worth. So the one thing that I will never forget about Gerald is he took each kid that he worked with, no matter how insignificant or imperfect they were, and he made them feel like they were the most important person at that place. And I think that's a quality that inspired a lot of kids, including myself and Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Gerald, you have been so many things for so many people over the years, and I think, and it breaks my heart in a way to think there exists this future of youth who will not be under your tutelage and will not have you in their lives. Because when I think about the most memorable, important, impactful, wonderful times of my childhood and adolescence, you are in them. And you are not just in them, you are the most important person in them. And there's not a video or a sign or a poster that can express my unbelievable, undying gratitude for you for that.
So anyway, congratulations,
I didn't cry.
Gerald. Thank you so much, and we miss you and we love you.
Miss you. Love you.
Bye.